We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on Wednesday, September 17th. We've got a long day of baseball today. We got games early in the morning at 9:30 all the way to the night slate with the Los Angeles Dodgers at 7 o'clock. By the way, shout out to the Phillies. Back-to-back nights going into LA and winning. We'll see if we go to it again today. But again, our 5 best bets for the MLB on Wednesday. And folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Yesterday, we posted our NFL predictions for Week 3 of the NFL season, and before that on Monday we posted our full week 4 college football predictions. So a lot of content on the channel. That NFL predictions video is about an hour and a half long, and the college football predictions video is 3 hours and 45 minutes long. So go make sure to check out both of those, again linked in the description down below. And also go make sure to check out Greedo Plays MMA. We've got more content coming over there next week. Okay, this Saturday, on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the MLB. First one's a money line bet. We cashed Phillies late last night. As a whole, yesterday wasn't the best day for us. It is what it is. Today, I'm going to be going with 4 money lines and 1 player prop, which is just going to be a Nationals bet. So we're going to combine essentially Nationals and player prop this week, while at the same time not doing a Nerfie, because we have been getting burned by the Nerfies for a very long time now, and I'm sick of it. So we're not going to do a Nerfie today. I'm taking a day off from that. So we're going to do 4 money lines, and this is the first of 4. If I could get the Cubs at better value, I would have taken them to start the day at 9:30. But anyways, we're just going to start here. Diamondbacks and Giants at Chase Field. And I'm going with the Arizona Diamondbacks to win the baseball game. I know we've been, really going with Unk recently and Justin Verlander. And if I can get this right, I'm going to be the Unk Whisperer. Actually, no, I don't want it. That doesn't sound right. I don't want to be that. But if we do get this right, I think I'm going to be, Mystic Mac when it comes to picking Justin Verlander baseball games. Because for a while, we were on the, the Verlander losing streak, and then we quickly picked back up on the JV winning ways. I'm expecting the roller coaster to continue. Here comes the dip. I actually think the D-backs are going to win this baseball game today. It's all about momentum, guys. That is the name of the game when it comes to baseball. Justin Verlander has been excellent for the San Francisco Giants, to the point where we have gone with JV quite a bit. And he has won 3 out the last 4 games that he's pitched in against the Cubs, Orioles, and in his last one against the Dodgers. It was an extra innings victory for the Giants, but Verlander was the starting pitcher. And JV's been phenomenal. I cannot, look at JV's last 18 innings pitched. He's given up a singular run. He's given up 1 run in his last 18 innings. But you go to Arizona. Weird things happen at Chase Field. I'm telling you, it is a weird place. The devil magic that the Giants get at Oracle Park, it's flipped in Arizona. The Snakes, just something happens when teams go to Chase Field. And as you saw in the bottom of the 9th inning yesterday between the Giants and the D-backs, Ryan Walker, in classic Ryan Walker fashion, puts everybody on base. And then Jordan Lawler is batting 110, hits a walk-off single that goes 20 feet. But it gets past Ryan Walker, game over, D-backs win in extras. Again, momentum is real. And you look at where the Arizona Diamondbacks are at right now in the standings, only a game and a half back behind the New York Metropolitans. They are realistically the only team alive in the National League wildcard race. The Reds suck. They lose yesterday. Not only do they lose, but Andrew Abbott gives up a run in the first inning, while the Reds themselves can't score a single run. I hate that team. I do. Giants keep on losing to Arizona, and this is what we said, right? The Mets are hoping that the Giants can win today, because that's the 2-1 split they wanted. The worst possible scenario for New York, who looked really good yesterday against Michael King, who gave up 8 runs in 3 innings. You get a home run. You get a home run. You get a home run. But the Mets are praying the Giants can get this one, because that's the split they want. And then they'll have, if they win today, 2.5 up on Arizona. I still don't know how the tiebreaker works. I should have checked that. Anyways, though, I'm going with Arizona to win today. I know JV's been pitching really well. Weird things happen when you go to Arizona. And the Diamondbacks right now are on a heater. Brandon Pfaadt's pitching for the D-backs. I know he's not been good this season, 5.31 ERA. However, recently he's been actually pretty mid. 2 starts ago, though, against the Red Sox at home, he was very good. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. And I need to point this out. Brandon Pfaadt's home and road splits, he's much better at home. His last 3 starts on the road have been absolutely horrible. Against Minnesota in the Twin Cities, 4 2/3, 9 hits, 5 runs. In Los Angeles, 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. In Milwaukee, 2 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. His last 2 starts in Arizona, 6 innings, 1 run. And against the Guards, 7 innings, 2 runs. It's just a guy who likes pitching better in Arizona. And I'm telling you, weird things happen at Chase Field. I mean, you trade Josh Naylor. You trade Eugenio Suarez. You have a bunch of injuries. Corbin Burns is out for the season. Lourdes Gurriel's been injured. And yet you are still in a position where you can probably make the playoffs. I know they have some tough games coming up. You still got the Dodgers on the schedule. I think you have Philadelphia as well. But I don't know, man. Anything can happen. And maybe the Nats can help out the D-backs a little bit by beating the Mets this weekend, right? Right? Okay. I'm taking the Arizona Diamondbacks to win today at home. And yes, they will complete the sweep. JV's been great. He's going to have a bad start eventually. And that bad start is today against the Snakes. Give me the answer backs to win at home in Phoenix, Arizona. They will beat the Giants at -110 on the money line. And now my favorite team, the Washington Nationals. Guys, I don't know what this discourse is that I always take the Nationals. I do quite a bit, but let's not forget how many times, in the last 2 weeks I've gone with team total overs for the opposing ball club. I know yesterday we had Nats +1.5. Looked good early, and then Jake Irvin decided to be Jake Irvin, and the Nationals couldn't score anymore. But, hey, 2 days ago we had Braves team total over, and I was told I was crazy for that one, and the Braves cashed for us, okay? So we have played against the Nationals quite a bit this season, and I get it. They're one of the worst teams in baseball. They are 62-90. It's horrible. We are going to have, unless the Nats can win out, we'll have the worst record in the last 3 years will be this season, a year in which we were supposed to be getting better and improving. But I'll get on the Lerner family in a second here. However, today's best player prop / Nationals best bet is Dalen Lyle. Yep, Dalen Lyle. The designated hitter / left fielder, right fielder. He can do it all, but I assume he's going to be DHing. Maybe he'll be back in left like he was yesterday in yesterday's night game. But Dalen Lyle over 1.5 total bases. I don't know what the line is. I'm recording this video at 11 o'clock at night, and there's no line yet on Nationals player props. I don't really care. I'm going to take Lyle at whatever he is. I guarantee you Lyle's not going to be upwards of -125, so this is more than playable. Just because Lyle doesn't get that respect with Vegas. Now, he did go 0-for-4 in the second half of the doubleheader yesterday, but what happened in the first half of the doubleheader? Dalen Lyle hit another triple, which broke the Washington Nationals rookie record. He has passed Bryce Harper. He has passed Trey Turner. Dalen Lyle, now with 10 triples in his rookie season, has the Nationals rookie record, which is insane to me. At 22 years old, Dalen Lyle is taking the game over, and he is going to be a premier starter for the Washington Nationals next season, and I'm glad we've locked in one of our guys going forward, along with, obviously, Abrams, Wood, and Cruz, so at least in-house. So if you're the Nats, you have 5 guys that are part of your young core and are going to continue to play here for the next 5 seasons. And they're all position players, right? So we just need to figure out what we're going to do with Luis Garcia at second, with our other outfield position, with our first base position, and then our catching spot with Keibert Ruiz and Jorge Alfaro and Riley Adams and CJ Stubbs and Drew Millis and Francisco Mejia and oh my goodness. Anyways, Dalen Lyle's that guy, batting .290 this season, OPS of 815. In the month of September, his OPS is 120. That's insane stuff. And Dalen Lyle, most of its hits are extra base knocks as well. He knows not to he plugs gaps, but mainly Dalen Lyle's his extra base hit comes right down the line. Even the home runs that he hits, like on Monday's game against the Braves when he homered, that goes into the Nationals bullpen in right field. The triple that he hit yesterday in the first half of the doubleheader rips it down the line, and that's usually, again, Lyle's triple. Rips it down the right field line, and he just runs. So Lyle's been on fire, and I don't really care who pitches against Dalen Lyle, but it's even better when Dalen Lyle gets to see a right-handed arm. And today, he will be seeing Hurston Waldrop, who is a right-handed arm. Now, Waldrop's been okay this season. He's been good. He was good until his last start. His last start at home against the Astros, holy crap, it was horrible. Waldrop goes 4 2/3 innings, 8 hits and 8 runs against Houston. It takes his season ERA, albeit only had 8 starts, but takes his season ERA from 1.33 all the way up to 2.8. So if you're counting, the ERA in the month of September for Waldrop is 9.3. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But again, it is all dependent on just that one start. Again, 1.33 ERA was Waldrop's before going into the Houston start last Friday. Don't really care what happens with the Nationals today. Obviously, I cheer for the team to win every single day. And yes, I still watch. It's horrible. I do still spend 2.5 hours of my day watching the Washington Nationals on a nightly occurrence, which is awesome. But I think Dalen Lyle is going to come through. I don't know who else is going to come through. Abrams, Wood, Cruz, Garcia, Bell. I don't know. I can kind of guarantee you Lyle's going to be that guy who, again, Dalen's been our team MVP this year. Yeah, James Woods hit 28 home runs. He's been great. Mackenzie Gore was an all-star. Dylan Cruz has shown strides of improvement. Josh Bell was really good in the second half of the year. It's Dalen Lyle. Dale Lyle's a team MVP, and I think he's going to go over his 1.5 total base mark today. I don't know what the odds are. I've it projected to be minus 105, but we'll see. So I'm going to go Dale Lyle today to go over 1.5 total bags. I am going to speak of something here with the Nationals because I think it's important because, for next season, we're going to keep doing Nationals best bets every single day. So if you don't want to hear about my Nationals talk, skip like 2.5 minutes. But this is very important. So yesterday, Ted Leonsis does I don't know if, I think it was an interview or is a town hall of sorts with CNBC. And Leonsis says that he has a great relationship with the Lerner family, but, quote, it takes two to tango, and the Lerner family is not ready to sell. Okay, that's great. So Leonsis basically wants to buy the team, but the Nats aren't going to sell because he wants to buy both DC United and the Nationals. So basically, he wants to take over all of DC sports, which in baseball, when you're allowed to spend as much money as possible, I'm okay with him being the owner. I am. Because I'd rather an owner who's actually going to try to spend and an owner who actually, wants to bring DC back to the heights that it should be at. So the bigger thing, though, is not with Ted. It's more so what is the Nats ownership doing? What is the Lerner family really doing out here? So obviously they were, team was on sale a couple years ago. They take it off the market, and now, the owner in DC Sports wants to take over the franchise. And the Lerner family says they're not willing to do business with anybody. So are you going to spend in the offseason is my question? Because obviously if you're not willing to spend to sell anymore, that has to mean you're going to spend, right? Or are we seriously just in the middle of nothing and, we're not going to sell the team, but we're not going to spend money? Is that what we're doing? Or are they actually going to spend this offseason? Because that has to be the question. Now, I'm not even going to say, I'm not even going to mention the free agents I want, or I will mention the free agents I want in the offseason, but I guarantee you we're not going to get close to these guys, right? Don't forget last year, the Washington Nationals were the odds-on favorite to land Pete Alonso last offseason. They were Vegas odds. They were the favorites. It was number 1, Washington Nationals, number 2, New York Mets to get Pete Alonso. And we didn't even offer him. Alonso's back in free agency this year. Ranger Suarez is in free agency. Kyle Schwarber's in free agency. How many offers to those 3 premier guys the Nationals going to offer up? My guess is 1. I think they actually are going to offer on Schwarber, but they are going to severely undercut him, and he will just walk back into Philadelphia. Obviously, a lot will have to do with how the Phillies play in the postseason. Not a fan of them. I think they're going to win the World Series personally. I don't know. I think they probably will. Just look at the way they're playing right now. But will the Lerner family actually commit? Probably not. But should they? 100%, because I can't watch this anymore. Guys, we have a young core. We have 5 guys who are 100% part of the future and going to be position players for the next 5 seasons. That's Abrams, that's Wood, that's Cruz, that's Lyle, and that's House. Help the lineup with the catcher, with the first baseman, with the second baseman. I don't know if that's Garcia or not. I don't know. And another outfielder. Make it happen. So spend some damn money is all I'm going to say. Anyways, on now to our third best bet of the video. We move to our second of 4 money lines. Let's move to Kansas City, Missouri, to Kauffman Field Stadium, as we've got the Kansas City Royals hosting the Seattle Mariners. Taking the Mariners on the road. We have 2 bad pitchers starting tonight. That's kind of harsh, but 2 pitchers with high ERAs is what I will say I'm going tonight. Guys, the Seattle Mariners are just on a run. After we laid off this team with their horrid performance in Tampa Bay, Florida against the Rays, we just kind of left the Mariners alone. And since last time we've picked Seattle, they're kind of on a 10-game winning streak. Is it 11 or 10? It might be 11 now. Okay. They win the last 2 in that Atlanta series in the road. They sweep the Cardinals. They sweep the Angels in a 4-game set. And now here we go. They're in Kansas City. They won yesterday 12-5. So time for me to hop on. So maybe it'll be over after today. No, I hope not. We're taking the Seattle Mariners to walk into Kansas City and win the 2nd game of the series. Yesterday, what a offensive performance for the Seattle Mariners. 12 runs. Cal Raleigh hits home run number 56. Julio goes 2 for 4, but doesn't go yard. Raleigh hits 2 home runs to get number 56. Dom Canzone has a 3 home run game. Where did that come from? Canzone goes 5 for 5 with 4 RBI and 3 home runs. Huh? Is this the same Dom Canzone I know? Crazy. Shout out to Canzone. And I think they can do it again today. They dominate Michael Wacha. Logan Gilbert pitched for the Mariners yesterday. And today, the pitching matchup is it's Bryce Miller and Cole Ragans. Ragans is back off of injury. He's not pitched since May or June, I believe. I think it's May. He hasn't pitched since June. He was off. He got injured in May, came back for one start in June, and then went back on the 60 IL, or went on the 60 IL for the first time. This isn't a situation of, oh, we haven't seen Ragans in a while. He's a good pitcher, and, well, okay, that's being harsh. He's a guy who's had a lot of success this season, and now we're immediately going to fade him, that he's back, back and starting again. It's not the case. We're just fading him because, well, we're fading him because both reasons. He hasn't pitched in a while, and he was not good prior to the injury. What Ragans is a high strikeout guy, but a guy who's going to give up hits. Early in the season, Ragans was on fire. He put together 3 consecutive 10-plus strikeout games in early April against the Brewers, Twins, and Guardians, and then he crashed down to earth. In the month of May, he had a 4.8 ERA, and then in June, one start against the St. Louis Cardinals on the road, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs in 3 innings. We have not seen Ragans since June 5th. So the total ERA on the season for the lefty is 5.18. This is not a lineup you want to get back going against. I get why Ragans is starting. They want some momentum for him going into 2026, and I assume Ragans will be part of that rotation next year. I don't know the Royals that well. I'll be honest, I don't pay that close of attention to the AL Central, just probably the division I watch the least. But I believe Ragans is going to be one of their guys next year, so they need to get him going. Like how the Nationals need to get Josiah Gray going. Where is that guy? I guess he's pitching in AA right now. Anyways, Mariners are pitching Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller is not good. I'll be the first to tell you that. But what Bryce Miller is going to do, and what he's been doing recently, give you 6 innings, 2 or 3 or 4 runs. Okay, the Mariners should be able to score on Cole Ragans. The way that lineup is hitting right now, and the big winning streak that they are on, they put runs on everybody, and everybody everyone hits home runs. Everyone in the lineup is a power threat. Randy, Cal Raleigh, Julio, Naylor. Polanco's kind of a double guy, but still, Suarez, Canzone, Robles can hit for extra bases. They will strike out a bunch, though. So that's the thing. It is a boom or bust game. Either they strike out 1,000,000 times to Cole Ragans, or they completely unload tonight. They're on a 10-game winning streak for a reason, and yet they are on a 10-game winning streak, and the Astros are only a game back of them, half a game back of them. You still have to win out if you're Seattle, or you at least try to win as many games as possible. Now, they should be in the playoffs regardless because the Astros actually are not the 6th seed anymore. That's the Boston Red Sox. Boston is in the 6th right now, and the Cleveland Guardians are the closest team to Boston, 2.5 games back, because Cleveland's on a 5-game winning streak of their own. I believe they are still playing in Detroit. They won yesterday in Detroit. We'll see if they can do it again. They've won the first 2 in Detroit, haven't they? Or no. No, they won the first game. They did not play on Monday. That's crazy. Right? The Guardians are playing really good baseball right now. They are actually coming up on Detroit a little bit. They can win both the 2 games of the series. They'll be 3.5 out. I doubt the Guardians get in. They're probably gambling on their game still. Anyways, my point with all this is the Mariners need to keep winning baseball games, not just because of the playoffs, because they can win the division still. And there's a chance, the way the Detroit Tigers are playing right now, you could potentially jump Detroit and get the number 2 seed. And you could avoid the wild card round altogether, because that wild card round, it's going to be danger. 100%. I mean, even though the series would be in Seattle, you're going to get either Boston or Houston in the first round. Ooh, boy. That can be dangerous, right? That can be very dangerous. So we'll see, but I'm going with the Mariners tonight. Surprisingly, Miller's been better. And what is Cole Ragans going to be? Has not pitched since early June, right? Was not great pitching so far in the season prior to the injury. What is he going to be in the return, and how many innings is he really going to pitch? I don't expect much. I know the Mariners are a team that they hit for big power, and they are going to strike out too. So again, boom or bust today. But I do believe the Mariners come through. They're on a 10-game winning streak, and we're going to hop on today. And again, the line for us is very good too. I mean, they're underdogs coming off a 10-game winning streak. Yeah. Sign me up for the Seattle Mariners. They're going to go into Kauffman Stadium and beat the Kansas City Royals. Mariners money line today, -105 on the road. Our 4th best bet of the video is another money line, and here we go. Back in the American League West, we have the Texas Rangers going on the road in the Battle of Texas versus the Houston Astros. I'm going with the Rangers. Why? Jacob deGrom's pitching. That's all you need to know about this game, right? That's the main reason why I'm taking Texas here, is because deGrom's going. 2.82 ERA in the season for deGrom. Last start was some serious ownage. It wasn't ownage, but a great performance on the road in Queens against his former team, the New York Metropolitans. 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs against the Mets. Again, ERA in the season for deGrom at 37 years of age is 2.82, and he's taking on the Astros. This is a must-win game for the Texas Rangers. One could say their season's already over because they're 3.5 games out now with, 7, 8, 9 games left. and you're 3.5 out of the Red Sox, you're 4.5 out of the division, and oh, by the way, you're not even the next team up in the wild card race. Again, that is the Cleveland Guardians. You had a perfect opportunity to go into Houston and, get your chance, right? They could have swept the Astros. They would be in the wild card spot right now. Or this would be a game that could potentially put them there. However, they lose the first two. And now you're in a spot where, okay, you have to win now to get back to 2.5 games behind Houston. But still, with the limited time remaining, you're still in a deep hole because you lost the first 2 games of the series. So bring in Jacob deGrom to try to save the day, right? Texas went on their big winning streak to get them back in the race. And sure, their schedule coming up is manageable. So you have to win today because you can still save the season. You get the Marlins coming into Texas for the weekend for a 3-game set. You get the Twins coming in for a 3-game set. And then you go to Cleveland to end the year, a team that potentially, right, could be a squad that you have to pass. Which, again, if you're the Rangers, you're really not concerned with Cleveland because as long as you keep winning, you're going to, again, that Cleveland series at the end of the year, if you're better than them, you're going to clear them out the way. So if you're the Rangers, you just need to keep on winning because I believe they don't control their own path to the playoffs. But if you keep winning, there's a good chance you can get in. Again, it's a big if because of that lineup, but today they should be able to beat the Astros, okay, because of the DeGrom factor. And it's not like the Astros are pitching, one of their aces. They're pitching Christian Javier. Javier's good. He's not great. His last 2 starts in September against the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees have been kind of rough. Blue Jays start goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. Start before that against the New York Yankees, though, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs. So the total ERA in September for Javier is 7. He will have his good starts. He had a really good start in the month at the end of August against the Angels, 6 innings and didn't give up a single hit nor a run. But Javier, again, the last 2 have not been the best for him. And both games that Javier has pitched for the Houston Astros in September, the Astros have lost. They lost to both New York and to Toronto. Jacob deGrom, you know what he's going to do. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's going to go deep into a game, and he's probably going to shut you down. The Rangers are always in a great position to win when deGrom pitches. Now, the problem with this is, though, with the Rangers as a whole, is just they don't score. They're not a good lineup. I get that. deGrom should, allow for them to only need to score a couple runs today. 3 runs. If you score 3 runs today for Houston, you should probably win. And I believe they should be able to do that just off Javier. Now, Yordan Alvarez is still out, and that's a big question, right? Yordan Espada, the Astros manager, says that Yordan's out for a significant amount of time. Out for a while, the quote was. But they're not going to place him on the IL. So I don't know. Is Yordan going to be back for the playoffs? He has a week and a half to get back for the playoffs. I don't know, right? The Astros, basically, they will play in the first round. No matter how well they play, it's pretty certain they could actually. Actually, the only game behind the Mariners. They could find themselves in the ALDS right away as the 2 seed. Unlikely, though. I don't think they're going to pass Seattle personally. I know I've gone back and forth with the Mariners all year long. As of now, I believe the Mariners are going to win the AL West, and I am back on the bandwagon for them. I think they're going to the World Series. But no Yordan tonight's huge. I know, again, right, Altuve, Correa, these guys have been. Correa's been hitting well. Jesus Sanchez has his nights. I get that. Jeremy Pena's been having a great season. But the no Yordan factor is huge, especially when Yordan, the run he was on prior to the injury, 4 hit games every night, right? Multiple hit games every single game. So I think deGrom's able to shut down this lineup. I do not think the highest at all of the Rangers lineup with, Jock Peterson still batting in the 3 spot, Josh Smith, Rowdy Tellez and company. I believe they're going to be able to do enough tonight. I'm going Texas to win. And yes, this is purely because of deGrom. The lineup should be able to find a way. Give me Texas minus 125 on the road in Houston against the Astros. We move on to our final best bet of the video, and we have to do it again. No matter what, guys, we are up on this series. So we're playing with house money with this specific series, but obviously that's not how that works, okay? I'm taking the Philadelphia Phillies to sweep the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yep, here comes the sweep. Give me the Phils on the road in Los Angeles. They will take it. Why, you may ask? They've already won the first 2, and they didn't even win yesterday because of Christopher Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez had a gutsy effort, right? Goes 7 innings, finds a way, even though he gave up 4 runs. Well, Philly scores 6 in 1 inning, right? Dodgers tied up late, but then Rafael Marchand hits the game-winning 3-run shot to win the game 9-6 for Philadelphia. I'm telling you, they're the best team in baseball. And I don't like the Phillies at all, but this is the team right now. They are going to win the entire thing, I think. We talk about their best 3 pitchers, and the 3 pitchers you are going to see first up in any series that you're going to play them in. And it's 3 guys who are every single night going to put their team in a position to win. That is Christopher Sanchez in game 1, Ranger Suarez in game 2, and Jesus Luzardo in Game 3. Aaron Nola will probably get the ball in a Game 4 assignment, but which he'll have a very short leash, don't get me wrong. But here comes Luzardo. Sanchez got a win, right? Ranger Suarez gets a win. And here we go. Here's Jesus Luzardo. Luzardo's been good. He's been going deep into games. Went 8 innings in his last start against the Mets. Gave up 5 hits and 4 runs, but still goes 8 innings, strikes out 10 guys. Against the Marlins, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 runs given up. Braves start 6 2/3, 2 hits, 0 runs, 7 Ks. Luzardo fills up the stat sheet. He's got the 6th most strikeouts in all of baseball this season with 200, and he's going to go deep into games. He gives your bullpen a break. I don't know if Duran's going to be available today because he's pitched in back-to-back nights, albeit didn't pitch that many pitches yesterday. But I don't care. I know David Robertson's pitching back-to-back games. Again, I don't care. I'm taking Philadelphia again. The Dodgers are simply overrated. That's what they are. They're an overrated team. They're very clearly the third best division winner. And if the Padres just were competent, they would pass them in the NL West, and the Dodgers would have to go on the road in the postseason. But Padres suck, as we saw yesterday. I'm not buying in on Blake Snell. Blake Snell had a good start against the Rockies. Okay, awesome. You have not been good this season other than that Rockies start. 3 ERA, sure, but I'm not sold on Blake Snell, especially over his. Okay, I can't say he hasn't been good. His last 4 starts, he has not been good, with the exception of that Rockies start. Last 3 starts. Let me emphasize that. 2 starts ago in Pittsburgh, he got blown up. 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs. The Pirates are doing that to you. What are the Philadelphia Phillies going to do? I mean, hell, Max Kepler's hitting moonshot home runs. Weston Wilson's hitting home runs. Rafael Marchand's hitting home runs. The backup catcher, Bryce Harper, still clutch. 2 RBI double yesterday. Kyle Schwarber, clutch. It's just what the Phils do, man. It's just what they do. They're the best team in the MLB. And they will win tonight. Even on a tired bullpen, a worked bullpen, right? Matt Strahm and Orion Kerkering are going to have to go tonight because they have nobody else. You can't go to Robertson, can't go to Duran unless they pitch Duran 3 straight nights, but highly doubt it in their position right now. But for Philadelphia, and the Phillies broadcasters were saying it last night, okay, your magic number is now 4 to get a bye, but now you're thinking, oh, we're going to get the 1 seed. Milwaukee, they're only a game behind Milwaukee. And I believe they have the season series on the Brewers, right? Because they won 2 of 3 when they went out to Milwaukee, and I believe oh, no, they don't. Milwaukee swept them earlier in the year. Never mind. So they're technically 2 games back in Milwaukee, but still, you're thinking about it. You are 100% thinking about that. So, taking Philadelphia here. There's no hangover after, their celebration, their party after winning the NL East on Monday night. They looked perfectly fine yesterday. Went down 4-0, no worries. They score 6 straight. Dodgers tie it back up. No worries. Marchand, it's the 3-run bomb with 2 outs against Blake Trinan. It's just what Philadelphia does, man. And yes, for now, my World Series projection is the Philadelphia Phillies and the Seattle Mariners. No one wows me in the AL. I think the Blue Jays are good, but I think once we get to the postseason, I don't think the Blue Jays go very far. I think they probably lose in the first round. I think a hot wild card team is going to beat that squad. And yes, I'm looking at probably the Yankees. I think the Yankees probably go into Toronto and win that series. I know they've struggled in Toronto a lot. I think they might do it. I don't know. I want the Jays to win that, but the way I'm seeing things right now in the postseason, real quickly, I'll do it. Again, this will change in 2 weeks. But right now, I think you see, I'll just say I think we see ALCS, probably Yankees, Mariners. NLCS, I think we see Phillies versus Dodgers. No, Dodgers are going to get eliminated in the first round, I think. I think we see Phillies, Brewers. I think Phillies get it, Mariners get it, and for now, yeah, I'm going with the Philadelphia Phillies to win the World Series. They're just the best team in the sport right now, and they're playing out of their minds. So they're getting hot at the right time, too. Harper's getting hot at the right time, yeah. Give me Philadelphia tonight. They're going to continue the momentum. Luzardo's going to be great, and I think Snell's going to struggle. So give me Philadelphia to sweep the Dodgers on the road, plus 120 for Philadelphia to close the night. Folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on September 16th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.